Namaste, dear listeners, and welcome to the Iowa channel Astro In with Abhi, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. Thank you, dear listeners, for all the new ones that have obviously subscribed to my channel. I've seen an increase in subscribers that makes me very happy. It means that my content is valuable to some of you, and you have shared this. So, if you haven't shared it or if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please share it, please subscribe. Please also hit the like button. That will mean very, very much to me. So obviously, you guys know I'm a life path number 7. I'm a born seeker. I do not believe in anything, and I use my own experiences to shed some light. Light means awareness. Awareness means knowing. Once you know, how can you not know? Now I'm going to go straight into my questions. I'm unraveling question by question. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to work through my backlog. So I appreciate all the new questions that are coming through, but I'm getting to it day by day. So thank you so much for that, and thank you in advance for those of you who are going to bring in more questions onto my table. Um, so this question is all about the. Is this from a? Oh yeah, this is actually a existing client of mine. Hi Abhi, please can you explain to me what are the importance of the serpents that's represented in various symbols of Hinduism? What do they mean? Now this is coming from somebody who's obviously not a Hindu, but this is also mentioned in the Bible as well. So I'm going to explain the serpents, what they mean to you, well actually what they are and how you should look at it. It's not actually physical snakes that's within you. Look, I'm going to explain this to you, so I hope you stay with me throughout the session. Now, I've also spoken about this during my podcast, if I'm correct, on meditation and what is meditation. Now, you can also check that podcast out there, but it's good if you just stay on this one. I will explain it again. You see, in your brain, there's a fluid that is produced in the cerebrum, the center of the brain. So, this fluid or oil is known as the Christ, or in Greek, the Christos oil. Right? Now, this crystal oil is produced at the claustrum. I'm sure you've heard of this word. The claustrum, which is at the brain center next to the pineal and the pituitary glands. Now, once this oil is produced in the claustrum, it goes into the pineal and the pituitary gland. Now, the pineal gland sends positive electrical charges. This is the sun sending electrical charges, positive. And the pituitary gland has a magnetic negative charge, which is the moon on the left hand side of your head. Now, if you look at it, the pineal gland is represented by Joseph, and the pituitary gland is represented by Mary, right and left of your head. So, this is the sun and moon, positive and negative forces. Now, the pineal gland sends its positive charge down the pingala right hand side, and the pituitary gland will send its negative charge down the left ida, the ida gland. Ida, left is the ida, Indra and Pingala. Right? Now, these are the two serpents represented in the medical symbol. It reaches the sacrum or the sacroplexus or the sacral chakra. Now, this oil then feeds the tree of knowledge, which is your central nervous system, and the tree of life being your cardiovascular system. Now, I'm sure you've seen this in the Bible, the central nervous system or the tree of life and the tree of wisdom. They are not some trees that were put in the Garden of Eden. We're going to go into that very, very shortly in my next podcast. So, the oil is feeding the tree of knowledge, which is your nervous system. If your oil is wasted through eating carcass food and negative thinking, or through, well, wastage through sex, that oil is losing its power. It's a very weak oil. It cannot feed the central nervous system. Therefore, your knowing is far more less, and you drop in vibration, and you experience that of a lower vibration. Your experience is all of lower vibrations, which is in the root and sacral chakra, which is fear, lust, envy, greed, animosity, and obviously anxiety. Now, you see, in order to climb back up the Jacob's ladder, the 33 vertebrae or the stairway to heaven, you must retain your seed. As I said, you need to meditate, have an alkaline diet, which is electrical food, solar powered food, which is fruit and vegetables. These are all solar powered foods. You see, they rub this thing on your face like this, where Santa is going down a chimney. This symbolizes the Santa colostrum, the oil going down. Now, this is the coming down the chimney, where the oil is coming down. And I've explained it. Now, when you're feeding the systems in the body, right? Um, you remember this oil needs to rise back up. It needs to rise back up into the pineal gland, activating that pineal gland. You see, the Jordan River is also symbolized by the spine. That's the Jordan River. It crosses there. The oil is crossing there. The pineal gland is actually the you. I am is the pineal gland. You only see through the pineal gland. It's annoying. Your eyes are not the ones that are seeing. It's light passing through, and then your pineal gland is understanding. Look, I'm going to get a bit deep here. You see, this is also the Shiva Shakti in Hinduism. It's not some man that's half man and half woman. It means the Inda and Pingala, the positive electrical charge and the magnetic negative charge of the Inda. Left hand side, right hand side, sun and moon. When they're in union, when the sun and moon is in union, they become one. And this is only possible through retaining your seed, which is your oil. You need to not waste it. When you don't waste it, it rises back up from the root, right back up into the pineal gland, and it starts to expand. It starts to energize this gland, like like you're charging your battery. Once it's fully charged, it can do lots of different things. Without you'll see the phone will even function properly when it's fully charged. Now, this is why I say that the actual serpents is your Shiv Shakti, the positive and negative charge. When these charges or when these dimensions of existence are awakened within you, the serpent starts to rise, meaning the feminine and masculine within you starts to rise back up. And this is the awakening of the dormant or the coiled snake. The coiled snake is not a physical snake, dear viewers, dear listeners. The dormant snake is your force, your actual power. When you retain your seed, which is the oil, which is your life force, when you retain this here, it awakens yourself, your true self. It awakens your inner force. It awakens and rises back up into your system, becoming one at the center of your head, bringing you deep insights, which one may call awakening. This is an awakening process by continuously saving or by eating solar powered food, saving your oil and not wasting it. Every 29.5 days, you're rising this oil back up, you're stimulating your pineal gland. This is the awakening. All right, so I hope this makes sense to you. Look, I've explained it in a much more comprehensible way in my other podcasts in what meditation is and how to go about doing it. You can also check that podcast out there. But this is purely to explain what the snakes are. They're not physical snakes within you. They're not a physical snake within you. It's just a dormant state or a unconscious living. The snake in you or your force itself is not, you're not awakened, and you need to awaken it, and the way to do it is how I've explained it in this podcast. Now you can also check my podcast on meditation, on the different types of yoga, and this is all working together to allow you to climb up the Jacob's ladder or climb up the stairway to heaven, which is a state of consciousness and not an actual heaven, which I'm going to explain in my next podcast. So, dear listeners, dear viewers, thank you very, very much for listening to me. Thank you for your ongoing support. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Bol, and goodbye.